It's not all about the love and the light. I detest that word. I despise it because that word in itself is a standardized way of working. This isn't standard. This is working and speaking with dead people, my friends. And if you're somebody like me, you work with the realms. You also work with archangels. So this isn't standard. This has to be unique to you. It's not one glove fits all. Each and every one of you learn in a very different way because you have very different styles of interpreting the energy. Please, whenever you are going for a mediumship reading, especially if you're somebody who's doing it on TikTok or anything, listen, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you've got your entire life on there. Entire life. What makes me laugh is sometimes, it doesn't make us laugh as in ha, 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 funny, but it makes me laugh in a sense of, you can see how these people scheme. Because you'll go onto somewhere like the TikTok and I'll get messages on TikTok asking for reads. And then you'll go on the person's profile and you'll see that they've got, I miss you, Dad, and all of this. And I'm a nice person. I would never prey upon somebody like that. If they're wanting to connect to somebody, then the spirit will tell me who they want to connect with. But there's a lot of people out there who will see that as an opportunity and they'll go, lost our dad. Great. I now know what I want to engage this conversation around. Ooh, the spirits are coming close. And this is what it's like. And you might be laughing and thinking, oh, this kid's lunatic. But this is how the real world works, ladies and gentlemen. Not everyone's like me. Not everyone wants to help you like I do. A lot of people want to just use you as a cash cow, to just keep taking money from you. Not like that. When in those moments you are speaking on behalf of that energy, you are the one who is speaking with conviction through your connection. It's not they told me to say this. That's my cop-out. They must have got it wrong. No, you've got it wrong. You are the one who's delivering it. You're the one who's speaking in it, not the spirit world. So don't think to any one of you for 1 minute, if you come across somebody who is saying that they're telling me this. No. They're the ones who are speaking it. They're the ones who are accountable for their words. They're the ones who are accountable for their actions. And they're the ones who the book ends with, not the spirit world. So if you ever come across somebody who does that with you, they're telling me this. They're not telling you this at all. You're the one who's speaking. It's coming out of your mouth. I want to know what you're telling me. I'm paying you for the service. I'm not paying the spirit world. You are meant to be the medium. You are meant to be the one who is meant to be bringing forward the evidence of the afterlife. Therefore, I want you to tell me, not them. The spirit world are telling me, no, again, don't do it. I want you to tell me what. I'm going to tell you. You need to know this. Not a problem. But don't introduce they're telling me, because then straight away there's a fail-safe for you. There's a little bit of a get-out. Oh, well, the reading went wrong because they told us it wrong. No, the reading went wrong because you are wrong. You haven't worked on your craft. You haven't worked on your ability. You have let your ego get the better of you. Very, very simple. So anyway, that's another thing that you just need to watch out for, people. Be very mindful, because if you pay for a mediumship reading and this person says, well, the spirit world aren't telling me anything at the present, but I can see in 5 years' time, you're going to get a partner, everything's going to be great, you're going to go abroad, I see a plane, I see a car. Listen, get your money and walk straight out of there. That is not a reading. And anyone who tells you that is a mediumship reading, it's not just deluded. They just aren't connected to the spirit world. There's no way of saying it. It's very, very simple, very, very true. Everyone else can see it apart from their own egos. You might have said you wanted to connect with a loved one. They're going to say, oh, your loved one tells me. Remember, no evidence. I haven't given a name. Your loved one tells me. Get me crystal ball out. Oh, your loved one tells me that they're so happy in spirit and you should just be happy with your life. Where's me £20 for your reading? And the medium fails to give you insights, clear insights. And it's not a mediumship reading. It's end of. That's it. It's not a mediumship reading. And to any of you who are thinking, well, actually, hang on, they might get it wrong. Yeah, they might get it wrong, but the medium needs to own it. If the medium's getting it wrong in those moments, then the medium should be saying, well, actually, hang on, I'm not connected to the energy here. Something feels wrong. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop this mediumship reading. I'm going to have to give you your money back. How many times does that happen? Because I bet you it doesn't happen a lot. No, you're wrong. The spirit world are right. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm not giving you your money back because you're just a hater. Really? Really? No. That's not how this works. Have you ever been for a mediumship reading and something just seemed off? Well, my friends, you are not the only one. There is many other people who have went through these same raw emotions and felt that unfairness from mankind. Well, in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be sharing with you 12 of the most exploited tactics of any medium. Before we go into this video, am I saying that mediums are fake? I am saying that some individuals lack the understandings that they need to be able to perform and execute readings with clarity. For those of you who don't know, I am a medium. How can I say that I am a medium? Well, I can prove and I can bring forward evidence from the afterlife. I don't need to know your name. I don't need to know your family tree. I don't need to know the history. I don't need your Facebook. Don't need you to fill in a form to tell us about you. I can tell you anything I need to know. And for those of you who are skeptical to the words that I speak, then understand this. I appreciate you have your opinion, but I'm going to let my work speak for itself, as it does on a daily basis. It is my duty and my core responsibility to bring some of these unorthodox practices to mankind and to highlight some of these issues so that you, the viewer, can then, if you do want a mediumship reading, you're going to spot these. Put it this way, if there's any of you who are offended by the words that I'm about to speak, then you, my friend, are the people that we are coming after. Not in a physical sense, but we are going to tarnish, we are going to smash your little scamming worlds into oblivion. No more shall mankind be exploited. No more shall weak people have you taking money from them. It is me and my team's quest to bring an end to it. Now, I know that's a very bold statement, and there's a lot of you who now may be scamming people, and you may think, oh, we're not scared of Jordan. You should be. Again, not in a physical sense. But mark my words, each and every one of you who feel it is acceptable and it is alright to scam other individuals on this earth plane, whilst I may not name and shame you, I have other means and ways, and my energy has other means and ways of dealing with people who are like that. For the first port of call is highlighting the practices that you do. Every time you open a door and you find a new way to exploit individuals, I will highlight it to individuals. Now, again, coming back to it, I am a medium. I can prove that I am a medium. How? By bringing forward evidence of the afterlife. Not fudging me words. I couldn't care less about what your feelings are, your thoughts. I'll tell you how it is and how you need it to know. Remember, to each and every one of you, it's not what you want to know, it's what you need to know. This is the information that you are going to gain. Now, before we go into this video, I think it's only fair that this video has its own insights into what a medium is and what a psychic is. Yes, we've done videos on this, and there's many different videos on this platform, but you have to understand the premise here. A lot of you may be going for a mediumship reading and you have a psychic in front of you who is just plucking information from your auric field. Oh, you're having a nice day? Oh, well, I can see that. Me as a person, I can only speak for myself here. I can see auras. I can also gain information from people if I wish. Okay? Don't be fooled and think I'm the only person on this planet that can do that, because mark my words when I say that. I might have good ethos and good core values, but there are also other people who can do exactly what I can do, because, fun fact, we are all human beings, but they will use it for the wrong purposes. I am like the light that is shining upon the darkest moments of mankind. I am the light that is going to bring around the change. No more shall people be exploited by these scammers taking money and deceitfulness, and it makes me skin crawl, the people that think it's acceptable to do so. Now, mediumship is the topic that we are coming into. Mediumship is where an individual will contact the spirit world. Yes, the spirit world. A lot of you may not believe it, but this is what we are going to be speaking about. But anyway, before I go into another section on mediumship, that's all you need to know. It's connecting with the spirit world and bringing forward evidence. Nothing less, nothing more. The first thing that you are going to encounter when you go to a medium who has not got a clue about what they're doing is generalization. I can't even bring myself to say the word general. Stop it. Just really stop it. If you are somebody who is giving a, oh, well, I think maybe, so first of all, this is another thing we're coming into. If you are a medium, you are given clear, concise, direct information. There is no ifs, buts, possibilities, could be, would have been. Stop it. That is not clear information. That is not being used by the individual, and it's certainly not being given to you by the spirit world. Mark my words when I say that. The spirit world aren't going to give you anything but accurate information. Why? Because their loved one is in front of you. You are the person who is going to deliver that information. What does it serve the spirit world to tell you the wrong information? Think of it like that. A lot of you now, think about this. Why would the spirit world come to you in a reading and give you the wrong information? They don't do it, ladies and gentlemen. And there's many of us who can prove that they don't do that. And this is one thing that you have to understand. A bad medium will have you believe that that's what they're saying. No, I'm sorry. No. Do you have a Mavis? I've got Mavis. See how I'm looking for a reaction? Oh, I see no movements there. So what I'm going to do is because I'm reading the body language and I can't see any movements, I'm going to go, do you have a Frank? Yes. You have a Frank. No, you don't have a Frank, but, oh, is it an F? No. And this is what a bad medium is practicing. A bad medium is not giving you clear, concise information at all. All they are simply doing is giving you general information. How many of you, if I was on this platform now and I was doing a reading to any one of you, and I turn around and says, I've got your grandma in spirit. She's a happy-go-lucky girl. She's a bundle of energy. She was always the life and soul of the party. And she would always wear that white dress. She always had her hair lovely, didn't she? She took very good pride in herself. That there is a general reading. And I bet you there's a lot of you going, oh, you're describing my grandma. That's what they do. So this is what you need to look out for. It should be clear, personal information to you. It shouldn't just be anything that can be taken by anyone. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. This is not mediumship. This is people preying on your, unfortunately, insecurities and vulnerabilities. They are exploiting it like a leech, drawing blood, every last little drop, and that's why we are here to change it. The next big thing, which I actually just touched upon, is what we would refer to as cold reading. This is where an individual is deceitfully going to be watching your every moment, meticulously watching and paying attention to you. My biggest advice to each and every one of you, if you are going for a mediumship reading, is to do nothing. And I mean nothing. Don't give anything away. Don't wink. Don't smile. Don't grin. Just simply observe. This, if it is a medium who doesn't know what they're doing, this is going to freak them out. Really. And I'm telling you the reason why, because they're going to be looking at you. They're going to be wanting you to give them something. Oh, I've got a Jean. No expression. Okay, we've got a Frank again. Going back to that example, we've got a Michael. Yes, I seen a little smile there. That must mean that there's somebody. That must mean it's a male. Mike, male. Have you got a male in? You have got a male in spirit. Oh, the spirit world are telling me. The spirit world are coming close. Has this? Did you know the male spirit? At what point is that a mediumship reading? At one point are you delivering intelligent information from the spirit world and articulating it to a sitter who is then going to be actioning that into their world? Sorry, ladies and gents, but this does happen, and it's something that you definitely have to pay close attention to. This is another big one that you're going to find, and it is somebody who is going to go fishing for information. Now, for myself, I am an interviewer. I've done that in previous roles, where I'll interview people and I'll get information from people. That comes hand in hand with the work that I do, because it makes the conversation flow. However, ladies and gentlemen, be very mindful of somebody who not practices what I do, because I do it in the correct way. But understand this, there is a lot of individuals out there who will say, have you, could you, maybe, possibly. This is all words seeking confirmation from yourself. This is, the individual is questioning you. They are waiting for a response for you to then go ahead with their next line of questioning. They are effectively fishing in a pool of information to get information from you. Not psychically, because this is verbally speaking. This you can see this communication taking place. They are asking you questions without you even realizing you are giving them the answers. Remember, when you go into any mediumship reading, I know you've been conditioned by man, and I know you've been conditioned by Hollywood, and you've seen all these different things. But literally, the only thing that you should say is yes or no. Literally. The individual who is giving you the reading should be going, okay, Sharon, thank you for coming today. And straight away, I can see that we have your granddad coming forward. I can see also that your granddad is presenting to me his favourite car. His favourite car was a Ford Mustang. He shows me that he is wanting to clean it all the time. And he's so happy with the way that when he passed over, the family didn't squabble because of your hard work and your efforts. You kept the family unit together. And during that time, you had to sell the car. He wants you to know that he knows you sold the car for the right reasons. He wanted you to have that money. Now, that was a reading for one of you, by the way. But this is how a reading takes place. You see how I built up the picture? I set the scene. I delivered the information. This wasn't general information. This can't be taken, and I know that one of you who are going to get the comments, you don't need to let us know in the comments when you've received it. I really don't care, but that is a reading. That is how a reading takes place, and you're welcome. It's free, okay? Even though I don't agree with doing them, but spirit of laughing. It is what it is. It's part of this. So you have all now seen how a reading should take place. At no point did I ask you anything. I told you I was in control of that communication, and I ensured that you not only knew the message from the spirit world, that you could do something about it. This is what mediumship is. This is what the new age of mediumship is. None of this fluffy, duffy, lovey stuff. None of this stuff that just wants you to make, trying to make people feel good. I'm not interested in making people feel good. I'm literally interested in helping you to connect with your loved ones. And if by doing that, I've got to upset you so that you then know what you need to do, I won't pussyfoot around things. I will literally go in and say what needs to be said. So this is what mediumship is. Understand this, ladies and gentlemen. Not everyone's like me. I appreciate that. And is that because my ego's speaking, because I'm so amazing? No. My ego is very firmly grounded. To any one of you who have been on any one of my courses, and fun fact, the new mentorship courses are going to be starting in the coming weeks. So make sure you stay tuned if you are wanting that. There is going to be a video released on it. I will only be taking on up to 15 students, no more, until the next cycle. The next thing we're going to come to is statements, which are, again, generalized statements, but not from the spirit world, but directed at you. You, my friend, unfortunately, you're such an empathic person, and people exploit you, people prey on you. All of these very generic things to make the person feel that you are connected. Listen, I've done readings where the spirit world will come through and give the individual in front of me a kick up the backside. It's not all about the love and the light. I detest that word. I despise it, because that word in itself is a standardized way of working. This isn't standard. This is working and speaking with dead people, my friends. And if you're somebody like me, you work with the realms. You also work with archangels. So this isn't standard. This has to be unique to you. It's not one glove fits all. Each and every one of you learn in a very different way, because you have very different styles of interpreting the energy. So when I hear people who are coming up with statements like, I can see that you're overworked because you've had such a busy week. Okay, tell me what was busy about my week. Tell me why the spirit world want me to know that. Oh, well, the spirit world are telling me that you are just a people pleaser. You do everything for everyone. Right, okay, can you be more specific with who I am doing that for? This is what a reading is. This is what it should be. It shouldn't be about... I hope you get what I'm saying. And if you are one of these people who are offended by this video, then unfortunately, this is why I'm making this video, for the likes of you. So the next thing that you are going to encounter is hot reading. This is where an individual is essentially going to scan through the person that you are before you have arrived. They're going to look through your social media. That's why I would always advise, if you're ever going to book online or anything like that, you do it from an anonymous source. Even people when you are booking reads on Facebook, right? You might not think this, but the Facebook tells a lot about a person. Somebody can look at your Facebook and see where you studied, the things that you enjoy, the circles, the people who are around you. If you think you've been box clever and you've just got a picture of yourself or a picture of a cat and you've just got your name, What you haven't understood is there's going to be many people associated to you. And if there's 20 people associated to you who go to different spiritualist groups, then the individual's going to automatically think, well, actually, hang on a minute, this person's going to, right, I'm going to do a little bit more digging. Let's just see what else they know. Let's type their name in on Instagram or YouTube. Straight away, comes up. Okay? You can type in, if you type in, fun fact, each and every one of you, if you want to try it, type in Jordan Coburn, my name, on the internet. The second you come off, it'll tell you everything you need to know about it. It'll tell you about the books I've published. It'll tell you everything. And that's one of the things that you have to understand. The internet can be your best friend, but also it can be your enemy when you are coming into hot reads. So please, whenever you are going for a mediumship reading, especially if you're somebody who's doing it on TikTok or anything, listen, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you've got your entire life on there. Entire life. What makes me laugh is sometimes, it doesn't make us laugh as in ha, 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 funny, but it makes me laugh in a sense of, you can see how these people scheme. Because you'll go onto somewhere like TikTok and I'll get messages on TikTok asking for reads. And then you'll go on the person's profile and you'll see that they've got, I miss you, Dad, and all of this. And I'm a nice person. I would never prey upon somebody like that. If they're wanting to connect to somebody, then the spirit will tell me who they want to connect with. But there's a lot of people out there who will see that as an opportunity and they'll go, lost our dad. Great. I now know what I want to engage this conversation around. Ooh, the spirits are coming close. And this is what it's like. And you might be laughing and thinking, oh, this kid's lunatic. But this is how the real world works, ladies and gentlemen. Not everyone's like me. Not everyone wants to help you like I do. A lot of people want to just use you as a cash cow, to just keep taking money from you. Not like that. The next thing you're going to have is emotional exploitation. This is where the individual, even though they're not connected with the spirit world, they're going to play on your emotions. They're going to say things like, you might have said you wanted to connect with a loved one. They're going to say, oh, your loved one tells me, remember, no evidence, I haven't given a name. Your loved one tells me, get me crystal ball out. Oh, your loved one tells me that they're so happy in spirit and you should just be happy with your life. Where's me £20 for your reading? And it's sad, isn't it? Because there's a lot of you now going, I wouldn't pay 20 quid for that. I've seen people paying for less, getting less information than that, for more than 20 quid. 20 quid is £20, $20. Well, actually, I think the dollar and the pound's a bit of a change. Anyway, before we go into a financial debate that I can't win because I'm crap, spirit or laughing. Let's come over to the next one. So the next one is going to be ambiguous predictions. Predictions that are just so far out there. When we've got no way of proving. We've got no way of confirming. Remember, when we are making ambiguous assumptions and we are making these big, bold statements and we're putting our name in the spotlight. The problem is with that is what evidence have we brought forward? We've brought a hypothesis. We've brought a collection of our own thoughts into this. I predict that this year we are going to have a busy Christmas in Newcastle. That is what these people are doing. They are basically preying upon real world events and they are interpreting in their own little mind. Because, fun fact, the spirit world won't tell you anything that you don't need to know. So why would the spirit world be telling you, for example, there's going to be a lot of people who disagree with this, but listen to it like this. The spirit world are telling us to say it like this. These people, okay, can predict all of these different things, yet they can't get the lottery numbers. Now, the spirit world are telling me that for a reason. The reason being is there is no disconnect there. They are making big, bold claims about how these people are doing certain things or how this is going to happen on such and such a date. Yet they can't get the evidence from real world. This is the problem that we've got here. There's a lot of people who just naturally just go with these sorts of people because they say that they have these special gifts. I hate the word gift. The word gift is infuriating to somebody like myself because it shows somebody's own ego. The word gift implies that you can do something that I can't, or I can do something that you can't, and that is just damaging to one's spiritual development. And it's a word, by the time I'm finished on this earth plane, that will be eradicated from this line of work, because no one should be saying it, because you are all human beings. You all have the same abilities. It should be about helping each other to understand those abilities rather than distancing ourselves to look good. Now, to any one of you, if you go to a medium and they start giving you these ambiguous predictions, in the next 25 years, you are going to buy your first house. Come on. Don't get us wrong. I've done predictions where it's been for like say 3 months, and yes, I can do predictions for a year. I could do a prediction for 2 years. I'm not saying that can't happen. What I'm saying is that should not be the only source of information given. An individual, for a message to be portrayed, has to be able to decipher and understand the initial part of the message, or it's not a message, is it? It's like me going up to you going blah, 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 blah. Hello. The first part of that message has been completely, you haven't understood. So therefore, the hello part, it makes no sense. Everything that I've said beforehand doesn't make any sense. So you can't simply say these big, massive, bold statements and think that the spirit world are telling you to say these things when it's simply not true. And anyone with common sense and anyone with a slight, incy bit of understanding knows that whilst, yes, you can make these ambiguous, bold claims, if you can't back them up with evidence in the first instance, then, just forget it. Just really think about the things that you're saying and doing. Because if you get somebody like say, me who will come up to you and say, all right, okay, so you can tell me what's going to happen then, not a problem. I now want you to tell me what the lottery numbers are. And when you say, oh no, the spirit world don't let us do that. Well, why would the spirit world let you say that? Is the question I'm going to ask. And then that's when you go, I don't know. Because it doesn't take someone with a lot of common sense. I don't have a lot of it, but I've got certainly enough to understand how the spirit world works and when there is deceitfulness coming in. Anything that gets said and can't be backed up, that is somebody being deceitful. If any one of you have had readings with myself or any one of my courses or any sort of development classes, you will see this in practice. Whenever I say something, I not only do the backing up to it, I give you the blueprints, I give you the groundworks so that you can understand it in your own little ways. Remember, it's not about me impregnating your minds with my notions and ideologies. It's about me giving you the tools so that you can then go out and live your fulfilled life. You can then go out and start doing this yourself. You don't have to follow each and every step of mine. I just need to give you the blueprints. So yes, be very mindful, because if you pay for a mediumship reading and this person says, well, the spirit world aren't telling me anything at the present, but I can see in 5 years' time you're going to get a partner, everything's going to be great, you're going to go abroad, I see a plane, I see a car. Listen, get your money and walk straight out of there. That is not a reading. And anyone who tells you that is a mediumship reading is not just deluded. They just aren't connected to the spirit world. There's no way of saying it. It's very, very simple, very, very true. Everyone else can see it apart from their own egos. This is actually a big one, and you're going to find there's a lot of people who actually have this as one of their natural defaults. Why is this? Because we haven't dealt with the humanistic ego that takes over. I have special abilities. I can do this and you can't. This spirit world are telling me this, but they're not going to tell you this. This, my friend, is the little monster called ego. And sadly, it's something that each and every one of you are going to come across. If you are in a reading and somebody is telling you they're gifted and they have these gifts poured upon them and they just don't know how they're so great, but the spirit world are telling them they're going to be amazing, they're going to be amazing. No, that's not the spirit world telling you this. This is you. This is you. This is your own ego speaking. This is the spirit world telling you that you need to address your ego. You aren't going to be anything with that sort of attitude. Fun fact to any one of you who want to become a medium, it's amazing. You get to see things in a very different light. And when you have a connection with the spirit world, where the spirit world can come through you at any moment, where you don't protect... You have to protect from poor understandings and bad teachings, by the way, ladies and gents. You should never protect from the spirit world. A good understanding supersedes the notion to protect. Yeah. Now, the spirit world will often, when I'm watching someone or I'm seeing somebody, the spirit world often bring me to people. They'll put people in my way, or they'll ask me to watch a video. And straight away, I'll spot and they'll highlight things as I'm going through the video. And this is the connection that each and every one of you can have with the spirit world. So if it is something that you are wanting to do, then don't let these sorts of people put you off. Understand that each and every one of you can connect. We can give you the tools on this platform. That's why you've been led to the video. And if you're this part of the video, remember to smash that like button and remember to subscribe. Another big thing is going to be using props. Now, I've got props. However, these props are what I would refer to as working items. These aren't things that just sit on my desk and look pretty. These are what we call crystal balls. Scarlet. And the reason why we're using this is very, very simple. It's forms of divination. Divination has been around for a long time, and every day we have different aspects of divination. We have very many different things that are coming to the table. Why is there so many different forms of divination? It's very, very simple. The reason why there's many different forms of divination is because each and every one of you learn at a different pace, different styles, different sensory perceptions, and different, this is why we have many different forms. For myself, it doesn't matter what I do. I can literally connect. It doesn't matter. I don't have to put any effort into it. Is that because I'm special? No, it's because I've spent a lot of time cultivating my humanistic abilities. I've spent a lot of time. It's like writing. Some of us can write, but there's going to be other people who can write beautifully. Were they born writing beautifully? No. They spent a lot of time. Did you hear the envy in my voice there? No. They spent a lot of time cultivating their ability to write. And this is one thing that you have to understand with mediumship. Whilst everyone's mediums, it doesn't mean to say you're going to be an exceptional medium. The reason being is you still have to work hard on your abilities. It's a lot of people get this so wrong, and it really does get us frustrated when people just think that, they see other people doing it, and it's the human part of us. They see somebody else doing it, and that's it. Instantly, we should be able to do it. Why can't we do it? We are getting frustrated. We can't do this. On whose time? Remember, you are working with the world of intelligence. Nothing is on your time. Fun fact, when you're working with the spirit world, it's not on your demands. It's on the spirit world's wants and needs. And when it is going to help you to help someone else or even help yourself, then they will contemplate giving you that information. But it doesn't just come willy-nilly whenever you want it. Because again, remember, you're a human being. You are the human being. You are the soul trapped in a human vessel. You aren't the spirit world. We are the spirit world when we return back there, and they aren't there to make this easy for us by any stretch of your imagination. Avoiding specifics is another big one. If you have a medium who doesn't want to tell you the names, they're telling the spirit world, don't tell me the names. Well, I'm sorry, they do. You aren't listening, and you clearly haven't, honed in on your craft enough to be able to ascertain and gain the names when they are given you. The spirit world won't tell me this. Well, I'm sorry, the spirit world are telling you, but you aren't listening once again due to your ego. There's lots of different things where we could apply this situation to, but the main thing to take away from it is if you are in a medium, in a mediumship reading, and the medium fails to give you insights, clear insights, then it's not a mediumship reading. It's end of. That's it. It's not a mediumship reading. And to any of you who are thinking, well, actually, hang on, they might get it wrong. Yeah, they might get it wrong, but the medium needs to own it. If the medium's getting it wrong in those moments, then the medium should be saying, well, actually, hang on, I'm not connected to the energy here. Something feels wrong. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop this mediumship reading. I'm going to have to give you your money back. How many times does that happen? Because I bet you it doesn't happen a lot. No, you're wrong. The spirit world are right. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm not giving you your money back because you're just a hater. Really? Really? No. That's not how this works. And again, once again, me and my team are going to be highlighting all of these sorts of individuals, mankind. Well, not in a toxic and negative way, but we will be highlighting lots of these practices on these videos for each and every one of you to see, and you're going to be able to bask in the next time it happens to you, Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you've ever experienced any of these things, because I should have said it at the beginning, but I completely forgot. This is another great one that I've actually seen. It's passing the book. It is not owning your connection. For example, I'm a medium. I am a medium because I can preach mediumship, I can educate mediumship, I can prove of the afterlife, I can prove of my connection. Yeah? At no point do I say, the spirit world's telling me to tell you. No. I am responsible for delivering that message. I am the one who's articulating it. There's no, my teams are telling me and keeping them away. Listen, if you don't want to speak the words that the spirit world are telling you, then fair enough. Tell people that you don't have the understanding. And if you are somebody who's triggered by this, then please understand this. This is aimed at you, okay? If you don't want to speak the words of the spirit world, then literally don't try to claim you're a medium. Because at some point you are going to fall off that pedestal. The spirit world already have their eyes on you. Believe it or not, a lot of these people think that you get under the radar and they think that they're doing all, and it's not. It's just literally because their ego has driven them to this point. You have to understand a lot of the time When you are given the message, you become part of the triangle. Spirit, soul, you are given that information. Whatever way you want to look with, whatever energy, because there's many different energies. There's not just spirit. There's many. I work with the realms, okay? When in those moments you are speaking on behalf of that energy, you are the one who is speaking with conviction through your connection. It's not they told me to say this. That's my cop-out. They must have got it wrong. No, you've got it wrong. You are the one who's delivering it. You're the one who's speaking in it, not the spirit world. So don't think to any one of you for 1 minute, if you come across somebody who is saying that they're telling me this. No. They're the ones who are speaking it. They're the ones who are accountable for their words. They're the ones who are accountable for their actions. And they're the ones who the book ends with, not the spirit world. So if you ever come across somebody who does that with you, they're telling me this. They're not telling you this at all. You're the one who's speaking. It's coming out of your mouth. I want to know what you're telling me. I'm paying you for the service. I'm not paying the spirit world. You are meant to be the medium. You are meant to be the one who is meant to be bringing forward the evidence of the afterlife. Therefore, I want you to tell me, not them. The spirit world are telling me, no, again, don't do it. I want you to tell me what... I'm going to tell you, you need to know this. Not a problem. But don't introduce they're telling me, because then straight away there's a fail-safe for you. There's a little bit of a get-out. Oh, well, the reading went wrong because they told us it wrong. No, the reading went wrong because you are wrong. You haven't worked on your craft. You haven't worked on your ability. You have let your ego get the better of you. Very, very simple. So anyway, that's another thing that you need to watch out for, people. Last but not least, taking payment. Now, to each and every one of you, you should, if you can become a medium, take payment. I don't care what anyone says. It is a craft. It is an ability that you have spent time on to cultivate. To any one of you out there who thinks that mediumship should be free, I'm sorry. I don't care what empathic sort of person or what planet you think you're living on, but we live in a materialistic world where everything is finances. Everything. We are governed by finances. So to come out and to tell somebody who is taking payments that they shouldn't because they should be a nice person. Listen, we are nice people. That's why we pass on this knowledge. There's a lot of people out there who take money who don't pass it on. The point I'm going to make here is, the people who are taking payments who aren't giving you a level of service. This is the people that you need to be very mindful of. Now, I don't care about how much people charge. I really couldn't care less. I've got my own prices, and I'm sure the next person have got their own prices. Listen, I let my work speak for itself, and every reading that goes by, I've done thousands of readings. I have people in tears. I get all the information, and that's just the way it is, right? That's just the reality of the world that I live, and the understandings that I have been given. Now, that is not the same for everybody. Whilst I'm not going to comment on the money that people make, I know 100% that there are people being exploited. I know 100% that there are people on the World Wide Web who are frauds. And it is my job and my responsibility to highlight these people. But just be mindful, everyone. Yes, I know you might like to just hear a couple of little words of comfort. I'm not interested in telling you things to make you feel good. I couldn't care less about your thoughts or feelings. I'm going to tell you what you need to know in those moments. Sorry, the energy got really intense there. I'm going to tell you what you really need to know in those moments, and that's the way mediumship should be. It shouldn't be about pussyfooting around and trying to keep you happy, and that's not what it's about. It's about clear, concise information in those moments. The energy is coming through really strong. There's nothing medically wrong with this, by the way, people, but when you channel energy, fun fact, good point to bring it up, channeling energy. When I come in front of a camera, I instantly channel energy. The spirit will come straight into my body and start channeling, speaking for me. So that's why, for myself, sometimes you'll say, it's just my way of kind of, like a dog, when a dog gets too hot, it puts out its tongue and goes, that's kind of similar to what I do, but I kind of just take a step back and gulp, and it's crazy, to be fair, crazy. But yeah, so I mean, there's 12 things that you need to watch out for. I may have missed some things in there, and if I did offend you, then tough. You really need to look at your mediumship. If you found something interesting from that, then great, welcome to our family. You're going to see a lot of people getting highlighted very, very soon. Not by me personally, but we have means and ways of doing things in a certain way. So we will be highlighting a lot of these practices of people who are practicing these sorts of values that are distasteful. because that's what I'm here to do. It's my mission, my goal, my responsibility to help my message of help, heal, serve spread far and wide across this earth plane like a virus. And we are going to eradicate anything in our path that is going to try and stop this message. And that being, people who are there spreading mistruths, dishonesty. That stops. Mediumship needs to once again become mediumship, because it's not mediumship in a minute. It's a laughing stock. It's a ballpark for any Tom, Dick or Harry who's got that own mind to say they're a medium. And that's because they're working psychically. They're gaining information from people and they're using it to exploit people's vulnerabilities. So anyway, I hope you liked this video. It was a little bit of a different one. Let us know down in the comments if you've experienced this. And until the next time, bye-bye for now.